This video is now yours to practice daily. To be successful, be consistent. This practice is only 20 minutes and it's your daily anchor back to yourself. Enjoy. Okay, welcome to your daily dose of yoga. Let's start with 3-part breath. That's what anchors us into this training and focuses our mind, activating the body, engaging the muscles around the joints. Big breath in through the nose, belly, ribs, chest. Slow exhale out, chest, ribs, belly. Inhale, belly, ribs, chest. Exhale, chest, ribs, belly, noticing any obvious tension, anything you can release, anything that's not serving you. Let's start to move the body with our breathing. Inhale, reach the arms out to the side, blading the fingers, ribs, chest, all the way up. Push down into the feet and up into the hands. Slow exhale as if you're moving your arms through mud or water, pressing them down towards your sides, lifting the chest higher even though you're exhaling. Couple more like that. Inhale, reach up. Release the jaw. Exhale, press down as you lift higher. One more time. Big breath in. Slow breath out. Keep that breath control as we start to add on more physical drills. Inhale, reach up. As you exhale, take hold of the right wrist. Inhale, lift up and out. And then as you exhale, move over to your left side. Good, big breath in. Slow breath out. Remember to reach out towards the side wall versus thinking of down. So you're getting space in the left side body as well as the right. Inhale, reach up, take hold of the opposite wrist, the left wrist. Reach up and out. Exhale, up and over. Press down to the feet, almost like you're squeezing a block in between your knees. Try to keep your feet underneath the hips and facing 12 o'clock. Inhale all the way up, reach up towards the ceiling, sun breath, half sun salutation. Exhale, mini back bend. Inhale, lift the arms up overhead. Exhale, swan dive forward over the legs. Inhale, hands to thighs, halfway lift, long spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reverse the swan dive all the way up and catch the right wrist. Exhale. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, over to the left side. Inhale, up. Catch the opposite wrist. Exhale, over to the right side. Inhale, up. Exhale, mini back bend. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Lift the chest like you have a magnet up towards the ceiling. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, swan dive forward over the legs. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to thighs. Exhale, forward fold. Reverse the swan dive, leading up from the collarbones, arms out to the side, catch the right wrist. Good, exhale. Inhale, lift. Exhale to the side like you're moving between two panes of glass. Inhale up. Exhale, grab the opposite wrist. Inhale, lift. Exhale, out. Inhale, up. Exhale, mini back bend. Inhale, lift up. And exhale, forward dive. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, reverse the swan dive, lift up. Now let's count to 5 as we slowly exhale the arms by our side. Exhale, 5. 4, controlling our nervous system through our breath. 2, 1. Full sun salutation, come to the top of the mat. Inhale, lift the arms up overhead. And exhale, outside 90. Inhale, lift the arms up overhead. Exhale, swan dive forward. Go slow and deliberate. You're setting up your day. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to thighs. Now as you exhale, hands down, feet back to the high plank push-up position. Take a big breath here. You always have the adaptation of lowering the knees. Make sure the elbows come in towards the ribs. You're going to squeeze the ribs with your triceps and biceps. Slow exhale down to the floor. Inhale, just the mini back bend, so just the chest lifts. Make sure the hands are placed next to the low rib by the waist. Elbow points are facing up. You're squeezing the shoulder blades and the leg muscles are engaged. Big breath in, belly, ribs, chest. Exhale, push to an all fours tabletop position. If you want, you could take a cat and cow, rounding the spine and extending the spine, if that feels good. Half downward facing dog, keep the hips above the knees, walk the hands out, relax the head, take a couple breaths here. Remember, we want the spine to be in the same position as we do a full downward facing dog. So one time, walk the hands back underneath the shoulders, press up to a full downward facing dog, hips up, heels start to move down, bending the knees is totally fine. And then walk the feet up underneath the hips by the hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reverse the swan dive up. Exhale, arms by your side. How about we do 2 more of those? Inhale, lift the arms up overhead. Exhale, outside 90. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, swan dive. All the way down. Good. Keep moving and breathing. That's yoga. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to thighs. Exhale, hands down, feet back, plank position. Inhale here. Exhale, lower to the floor, elbows in, chest down. Inhale, mini back bend. Now it's your choice if you want to make the back bend a little bit higher. You might press on your hands to lift the ribs and belly off the floor. We call this cobra. You may want to press into the hands and the feet, lifting the hips and thighs and knees off the floor for upward facing dog. Definitely your choice if you want to do that. And then let's move into downward facing dog. So either half or full. You can take the knees on the floor and extend the arms out, or you can lift the knees off the floor for full down dog. Take a couple of breaths here. Slow the breathing down. Even though we're clipping along with our movement, we want to make sure the breath is still deliberate and we're moving and breathing in tandem. Walk the feet up towards the hands so they're underneath the hips. Hands to thighs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward bend. Reverse the swan dive all the way up. Arms by your side. We've got 1 more to do. Arms all the way down next to the body. 1 more. Take a breath here. Get in control of your breath. Let's make this last sun salutation the most specific yet. Inhale, the arms out to the side and up. Exhale, outside 90, lift the chest. Inhale, lift the arms back up. Exhale, swan dive. Big inhale, halfway lifts, make the spine parallel to the floor. Exhale, hands down to the mat, feet back, high plank, push-up position. Take a giant breath in and a slow, controlled breath out as you descend to the floor. Good. Inhale, lift the chest. Your decision how high you want the back bend to be. I think it's actually more difficult to just stay in the baby cobra where we work on extending the top of the spine versus moving into the upward facing dog where we're taking the thighs and knees off the floor. Exhale, downward facing dog, either lifting the hips up and the knees off the floor or keeping the knees on the floor. And then move into recovery breath, in for 3, out for 5. In for 3, out for 5. Great. Let's come to an all fours tabletop position. Take your right foot and place it to the top right corner of your mat. So we're going into a lizard lunge or a runner's lunge. Both hands to the inside of the right foot, and the knee and toes are facing maybe 1 or 2 o'clock. So instead of directly forward, they're facing out on the mat. Gives you a little bit more space for your hips to feel heavy towards the floor. So we want to open up the hip flexor, the quad. The hip flexor actually goes up and into our torso area. You can stay here on your hands. You can move onto your forearms. Each time you exhale, see if your bones can feel a little bit heavier. You can even drop the head. This is more of a passive posture, sending signals to the body that it's okay to release any stored stress in the fascia and other connective tissue. Let's add a twist by taking the right hand to the right thigh. Press the left hand down, right hand to the right thigh, and turn your chest. So keep the left hand to the floor. Let's just turn the chest towards the right knee, so you're twisting. There, good. Now feel free to stay here, deeply bent into your right knee, sending the left hip to the floor, pressing to the inside of the right foot, so the big toe mound is pressing on the mat. You can stay here if you want a little bit of a bigger movement. Tuck the left toes underneath and lift the left knee off the floor until it's straight, and then reaching the right arm up towards the ceiling. So that is an option. Or you can stay here in a modified version. Let's take the right hand back down to the floor and step back to the high plank position for 5 slow burn yoga push-ups. So when we do challenges in yoga, it's meant for us to train how we're going to handle challenges off the mat. We want to be focused, we want to be in control of our nervous system. So your choice, knees up or knees down. Good, we exhale on the way down and we inhale on the way up. And only go halfway down. You don't even have to go all the way to halfway. You can even bend the elbows just 1/4 of an inch, okay, to keep the knees on the floor, even halfway into it. Lifting up. Good, last time. Exhale, lower, inhale, lift. And then from here, exhale all the way to the floor. So remember, in slow burn push-ups, if you do them correctly, even 1/4 of an inch bend will do the trick. Superman, take the fingertips out in front of you and come make little tents or spiders with your fingertips. You're lifting your palms up. Press down and lift your chest nice and high. Good. Now from here, this might be your position. You may want to stay here and focus on breathing. If you want a little bit more of a challenge, you can lift both arms and legs, or you can do opposite arm and opposite leg for a breath. Lower it down, inhale the other side. Lower it down, inhale, stay here for 2 breaths. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, opposite side, 2 breaths. Imagine that your fingers and feet are moving away from each other, lower down. Good, let's come to an all fours position. Thread the needle. Take the left arm underneath the right shoulder, laying on the left ear. Yeah, twisting the upper body, keeping the lower body as it is. Good, big breaths. So when we're doing a short yoga practice, we really want to get in and lock into that breathing and moving right away. Good, come back to all fours. Thread the needle other side, right arm underneath the left. Stabilize the lower body, move into the upper body. Clipping along in our yoga drills does not mean we lose the foundation of the breathing. We actually make it more intense, more deliberate as we heat up and activate and warm up the body. Good, let's come back to all fours. We've got the other side to do with our runner's lunge or our lizard lunge. Take the left foot and ankle up to the top of the mat. Have it face around 11, 10 o'clock, hands to the inside of the left foot, and then release the hips toward the floor, opening up the front right hip, breathing here. Big breath in, slow breath out. Good, you can add a twist. Left hand to the left thigh, press on it and rotate. Whatever's touching the floor, like the left hand and the right hand and the left foot, press it down even more and feel yourself lift up and out. If you want to get more space, tuck the back toes, lift the back knee off the floor, and inhale, lift the left arm up like you're giving me a high five. Exhale, bring the hands to the floor. Step back to high plank or a modified version with the knees on the floor. Let's do 5 more slow burn push-ups. Here we go. So remember, blade the fingers, move with the breath, and use it as an experience of challenge or stress to train yourself to apply it elsewhere. Inhale here. Exhale, small bend of the elbows. No need to go all the way down. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower for 4 with your breath. Inhale, use the belly button, ab muscles to lift up. Exhale, 3. Inhale, lift. You're burning the stress out. Exhale, 2. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower all the way to the floor. One more time, Superman. Reach the fingertips out. Press down to lift up. Good, now you can stay here. You can do both arms and legs off the floor. Make sure to lift the thighs off the floor, not just the feet. Or opposite arm and leg. One time, 3 breaths each side. One time, hold it and breathe. 3 big breaths. We're almost done. Give it all you got. And other side, breath in. Slow breath out. Breath in. Slow breath out. Good. Let's pull the elbows underneath the shoulders to sphinx pose. Pressing down, lifting up in the navel, squeezing the shoulder blades, really focusing once again on lifting the collarbones, strengthening the back legs. So see if you can pull the legs together. Good. Sitting nice and high, blading out the fingers. Slow your breath down. We're getting into recovery after activation. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Come to a tabletop position. From here, you can keep the toes tucked and maybe even bring the hips back a little bit towards the heels. One at a time, tuck the top of the hand underneath. So we're going to stretch the wrist and forearm. Take a couple breaths here. Big breath in, slow breath out, releasing all the stress we get in our wrists and our forearms from texting and writing and driving. Let's switch, palm down, top of the opposite hand. Pull the shoulder away from the ears. If you're able to sit back towards your heels with tucked toes, you get an extra toe stretch. Good, and release. Let's bring our butt to the floor. Feet together, knees apart. Grab the ankles. This is cobbler's pose. We're going to sit up nice and tall, lift up. And as you exhale, if you're feeling it in the hips, that's fine already. Or you might want to rotate from your hips and send your chest forward towards your toes. If your knees are very high, you can either stick sweatshirts or books underneath your thighs. If they're not bothering you, leave them as they are. Another option is to sit up on a book to make your hips in alignment with your knees. That's also an option. If you want to start to bend the elbows back and pull your chest forward, you can, to get a little bit of opening in the hips. Feel free to just keep the spine nice and tall as it is. Good. Slow the breath down. Don't check out just yet. Good. From here, we're going to take the left foot in towards our butt and take the right foot on the floor in front of us to twist. Yeah. Good. And then bend the knee. There you go. Good. Bottom of the foot on the floor. There you go. So tuck the left foot. Yeah, that's fine. That's perfect. Yeah. Good. So take the right hand to, so we're going to place the left foot in front of the right. Take the right hand to the knee and take the left hand behind you. Inhale, sit up. Exhale, twist. Inhale, sit up. Exhale, twist. Releasing anything you don't need for the day. Let's come to the other side. Just switch legs so the right foot's on the floor, the left leg is tucked underneath. Left hand to the right knee, right hand behind you. Inhale, lift. Exhale, rotate. Inhale, lift. Exhale, completely rotate. Good. And neuro reset, recovery. You can lay down, you can sit down, you can lay on your belly or chest. Good. From here, take a giant inhale and internally say to yourself, I am calm. And as you exhale, I am in control. 1 minute. Focus on the phrase. Focus on a big 3-part breath. My eye is on the time. I am calm. I am in control. One more minute. You can stay as you are, repeating that phrase with 3-part breath, or you can let that exercise go and enjoy 1 minute of stillness. Start to deepen your breath. Wiggle fingers, wiggle toes. Start to prepare yourself to go back into your day. Deliberately, with minimal muscular effort and true efficiency, roll over to one side and bring yourself up to a seated position if you're not already in a seated position. Big breath here. Nice tall spine. And one time, lift the shoulders up by the ears. HA, drop them down. We can't always control what happens during our days, but we can control how we respond to things, what happens on the inside. So move into your day-to-day trying to apply that concept whenever possible.